stop running now. With you I found my peace somehow. Let go of every thought that was holding me back.
So hello guys, thank you for joining into my YouTube channel. If you're coming across me for the first time, I'm Vanessa Gaga and I'm back again with another video. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry I don't have the energy, but I just have to do this video. I have to tell you what I've been doing the entire January. I know I promised you guys that I was going to post continuous videos, but guys, I'm unable to do that. I was unable to do that because of the situation that we are in. So guys, okay, today I want to tell you a story of how my brother passed away, and I think he already knew that he was going to die. So like, I guess a few months, maybe 2 or 1 month ago, my brother came and he told us that I guess they were quarreling with my mom, and I was in my room. So when I came, my brother started saying that he's going to die, and that when he dies we are going to miss him. And I asked my brother, why are you saying that? Do you have cancer? And he said no. And I asked him again, do you have HIV and AIDS? And he said no. And I was like, then why are you going to die? What are you going to die of? And he just told us, okay, don't worry, you'll know when I die. So okay, so guys, so like a week before my brother came, like we don't stay with my brother, but then a week before that, I had a dream that there were so many people in our house, and the only person that I knew was my grandmother, and the rest were visitors that people have never seen before, and people are so many in our house. And I told my mom when I was taking my mom to the bus station, and I told my mom, okay mom, today I had a dream that there were so many people in our house, so many, and most of them I never knew about them, I've never seen them. And my mother said, okay, that is usually a very bad sign, and we just brushed it off, and we never thought that it was going to haunt us. So okay, so my brother, the following week, my brother came, and it was, let's say on Thursday, it was on a Thursday, and my brother came, and my brother was not feeling well. He had tonsils, and so when he came, I was alone in the house with his son. And I woke up, and I went and cooked some tea for him and brought the bread, and I put it on the table, and I told him to eat. And he told me that he was not going to eat because he was not feeling well, he had tonsils, so I should take the bread back. So I told, because I had tasted the tea, it had so much sugar. I told him that, okay, if you have tonsils, then you can't drink this tea because it has too much sugar. And he tasted it, and he said, yeah, it has too much sugar, I can't take it. And I told him, okay, let me go to the kitchen and make you some ginger and lemon so that you drink that water. And so I went into the kitchen, I cooked I prepared the ginger and the lemon, and I gave it to him. So after like some few hours, I asked him, Kevin, how are you feeling right now? And he told me, okay, he's feeling kind of better, but I should go and buy him some medicine to ease the tonsils. So I went out and I bought the strepsils, and I brought it to him. He took them, and when it was at night, my mom came, and I told my mom, okay, Kevin is in the house, and he's saying that he's not feeling well. So my mom asked him, Kevin, what is wrong with you? How are you feeling? And he said, I have tonsils. So my mom asked him, so are you not going to eat? And he said, I can't eat because my throat is hurting me. And my mom said, okay, because it is tonsils, no one knew that it was serious. So the next day, my mom woke up around, okay, we were with my 2 cousins, and they were here the entire night around until 3 a.m. And they told my mom that my brother was not feeling well. So when my brother woke up, the neck had swollen, and he couldn't take anything. So my mom asked him, Kevin, are you feeling okay? Should I take you to the hospital? And he said, yeah, take me to the hospital. It was around 5 a.m. in the morning. And so they went to the hospital. I won't say the name of the hospital because... And so they went to the hospital on Friday. And so they said that it was not anything serious, and my brother was injected and given some medicines. And then since my mom was going for acacia, was going to sleep in church, so on Friday he did not, my mom and my brother did not come back home. So the next day on Saturday, my mother went for my brother at around, it was around 2 p.m. and they came, we prepared food, and he was still unable to eat. The only thing he could eat were the fruits. So he was okay on Saturday. On Saturday he wasn't feeling that okay when he came out from the hospital because the neck was still swollen. And on Sunday he wasn't doing okay, but we were like, okay, we have the medicine, so I guess he'll be feeling okay. So when it was around 5 on Sunday, he was feeling a little bit better because he could wake up, go to the washroom, talk. We would even make stories. And so on Monday he was okay. The neck was reducing, the swelling was reducing. So on Tuesday in the morning until around 4 p.m. my brother was okay, he was okay. And then all of a sudden my brother started feeling ill again. My brother started feeling ill again. He started feeling ill again. And around 8 when my mom came from work, my mom did not enter the house immediately. He opened the gate and placed whatever she was carrying on the compound and went back to the shop. And so I followed my mom and I told my mom, okay, Mom, Kevin is not feeling okay. I think you should take him to the hospital. And my mother was shocked, and my mother asked, how is Kevin not feeling okay? And when I left in the morning, Kevin was okay. And I told him, okay, you just come to the house, you see for yourself. So my mom came, and let me show you. My mom came and sat here, and the way I'm sitting, and my brother put his head on my mother's lap. And he told my mom, Mom, I'm not feeling okay. Take me to the hospital. Take me to the hospital. And my mom was like, how are you not feeling okay? And you are okay when I left. And my brother insisted that I'm not feeling okay. And I told my mom, just take my brother to the hospital. Just take Kevin to the hospital, because I was also afraid, like, how comes? And the worst part of it is that he wouldn't take anything, like the neck was swollen. Anything that he would take, he would just close the doors and then pour whatever it is that he was drinking. So I took my mother's phone, ordered the Uber, and the Uber came, and my brother was unwell and he wasn't feeling okay, and he even took the seat, went outside and sat, and it was around 10. So I never knew that was the last time that I was going to see my brother. And I remember he used to tell us, okay, since I'm sick, before I go back to my friends, I'm going to stay here for 2 weeks so that at least I can regain back my weight, because he had lost so much weight. He wouldn't take anything. And so my mother called the Uber and they went back to the hospital that they went on the first time. And so they stayed in the hospital until the next day, and they said that they wanted to do an X-ray for him to determine what is wrong with the neck, because as I told you, the neck was swollen. The neck was swollen plus the chest. So they did an X-ray the next day around, I don't know, at 3 p.m. and my mother was with my sister. And so my mom called my other brother and told him, okay, you come and help us, because Kevin is not feeling well and we are with him in the hospital. So they did an X-ray, and immediately they did an X-ray, they called the ambulance. The doctors called the ambulance and said that that was an emergency, and they can't deal with that emergency, and so they had to transfer him to Kenyatta National Hospital. And so it was around 3 p.m. and imagine my brother was taken to the hospital the previous day at 10. My brother was in the hospital. So when they went to Kenyatta Hospital, my mom told us that he was okay, he was even walking, but he would just tell my mom, he would just make stories and even go to the washrooms. So my mom took him to the hospital, and after checking him, the hospital that my brother was in before he went to Kenyatta, they did not even show like what was the main cause. Like, you're just being transferred to the hospital without even being told like, this is the problem with this guy, we can't do this, so you guys we are handling this person to you. So he was taken there, and those people say that he was taken there too late and they wouldn't do anything about it. And so before that, my brother was taken to the hospital on Tuesday at night, and on Wednesday he was taken to Kenyatta National Hospital. And so since my mom was there with him, my sister decided to come back, and my mother was there with my brother. And my mom told us that my brother will tell my mom, let me go, and my mom will ask him, I've not even touched you, how should I let you go, and I'm not even holding you? If you want to go, you just go. And my mom was worried, like, how are you saying that I let you go and I've not even touched you, I'm not holding you, what is wrong with you? And my brother will just insist, Mom, please let me go. And so my aunt went and visited my brother, and that day he gave me the photo. He showed me a photo that he had taken of my brother, and I just asked myself, like, why does it look like this person is dead? Because he did not blink. He had so many things on the body, I don't even know. So we decided, okay, it's okay, so my mother decided, okay, let's take it. The doctors said that they had to take him for operation on the throat, and my mother will be called immediately the operation was over. So my mom decided, okay, since I've not even slept since on Tuesday, let me go back home, then take a shower and then come back. So my mother came back, and he told us how my brother was doing, and my mother told us that for some few minutes he was in a coma, he wouldn't move, he wouldn't talk. And so my mother told me that since you've not seen your brother, because that's my favorite brother, like I'll forever love my brother. And my mother told me, since, why don't we go, you see your brother? And I said, yeah, I want to go and see my brother. So I prepared myself, and we were about to leave. My mother got a phone call, and it was my brother. My brother told him that Kevin has been taken for operation and we won't be able to see him until the next day at around 6 a.m. So my mother said, okay, if it is that, let me just stay, at least have some rest. And my mother said it's okay. So my mother started resting. Then immediately she got another phone call, and the phone call was from my aunt, and my aunt told my mom, you come to the hospital. So my mom said, okay, just come, because after the operation, maybe my brother will want to see my mom. So we prepared ourselves, and when we were in the car, when we were going, we were almost halfway the journey, we got another call from my other auntie, and my other auntie told us that we can't go, we should just come back home and prepare, so that tomorrow we leave at around 5 a.m. so that at 6 a.m. we'll be at the hospital. So we just stayed in the house, and we came back to the house and we stayed, and it was around 8:30 at night. We were about to pray, And at that time, like, I felt like I don't have the energy to pray. Like, I don't know what comes, but the entire week I never felt like praying. Like, praying was not an option for me. So my mother came. So we were about to pray when my mom received a phone call, and at that time so many people were calling my mom to ask him how my brother was doing. And so this particular call ended with 00, so many zeros. And my mother took the phone and they asked, "Are you the name of my mom?" And they said, "Yeah, I am." And my mom said, "Yeah, I am." And they asked, "Are you the mother to Kevin Nouma?" And my mother said, "Yes, I am the mother to Kevin Nouma." And then they told my mom, you should, where do you live?" And my mother said, "Where we live." And they told my mom, "Wherever you are, come, leave whatever you are doing, come to the hospital and make sure you come with someone." And that was the last time. And we went to the hospital. Mom started crying, saying that the hospital can never call you that late and tell you to go with someone. And my mom started crying. And I was convincing myself that no, my brother can't be dead. So when we were in the car, we were going to the hospital. Since everyone was calling my mom to know how my brother was doing, I decided to take the phone and hold it, because so many people were calling my mom, and my mom could not even talk to anyone because she was crying. And so I took the phone, and so many phones were from people that I knew, and there was this other phone call that came, and I just took it as normal. And they asked me, we are so sorry, should we take his body to the mortuary?" And I screamed. And my brother asked me, because we were with my brother, and my brother asked me, "Why are you screaming?" And I told him what the person had told me. And my brother was like, "No, it can't be that. And he took my mother's phone and called the person, and he confirmed that it was from the hospital. But then my brother did not say it because he wanted to make my mom cool, and he said that it was people from our church. And so when we went to the hospital, we arrived, and any place that we were going, like, people were giving us like, "Okay, go ahead, you people just go. We will just say that we've been called by the doctor, we are the parents of Kevin." And we were taken to even places that people are not supposed to go. And so we were taken into a room, and the doctor came and started telling us the entire journey. And my mom was like, "Stop telling me all those. I want to know, where is my son? Because I know that my son is already dead. I want to see my son." And the doctor talked and talked. He almost talked for like 15 minutes. And I remember the only thing that I heard is that, "We are sorry, we tried our best, but he did not make it." And I just stood up and I walked out of the room. And I just went outside and cried. And as I looked on the other side, I saw my brother plus the doctor going somewhere, and I decided to follow them. And my brother was lying on the bed with the life support machine there. And I touched his entire body, like, he was still warm, and the fingertips were cold, plus the legs, the toes, they were cold. And I convinced myself that no, my brother is not yet dead. And so I went and told my mom, "Kevin is on the other side," because it was just a room, and then we are separated with a cardboard. Then my brother is just on the first bed. So my mother went, and my mother cried because they had done the operation on the neck, and they had put a bandage, and he had those things that when you are doing operation, they usually put them on you. And my mother started crying. And since that thing looked like as if it was choking my brother, my mom told them, "Remove this thing. My son is not yet dead, and you guys are tying him so tightly." But my brother did not wake up. My brother was dead. And we stayed there, and they gave us time to cry. And we cried for almost like 30 minutes, and then we were chased out because we were told that there was a patient who was supposed to be put on that bed. And so we left, and my brother was just there lying. The eyes were not even closed. like the eyes were not closed, but they were tiny. The entire body was warm, and on Tuesday was the last time I saw my brother alive. I never knew that that was the last time that I was going to see my brother. And so everyone knew of my brother's death, and so many people. And guys, that the dream was true. Let me tell you, people that I never even saw, people I've never seen ever since I was born. People were inside, people came. There were so many people. At least I knew few of them, and there were some that I never knew. And people were coming. But that is how my brother died. And the doctor said that it was, the cause of his death was Ludwig angina, something like that. It is caused by tonsils. It's just a tonsils, and then it grows. And the doctor said that the infection had grown, that it was almost damaging the brain. So that Ludwig angina was caused by, because it was the teeth which was causing the tonsils. The teeth had an infection, and the infection was growing. And I heard that it was almost reaching the brain. So it had swollen, because it had spurs. I don't know what they are called. There were a lot of it, and they were blocking the air gauge, something like that, and the food gauge. That is why he couldn't take anything, and anything that he will take will first close the nose and then take it. So that is how my brother died. If you have told me that this is how I'll start my 2022, so I hope you guys are having a good day, and I just thought of sharing it. My brother was someone who used to take a lot of Mira. I don't know how it is called, Mira. Yeah, he was that kind of a person, and those are the things that caused the infections on the teeth. And it was too late when they realized that they wouldn't do anything about it. So that is how my brother died. And yeah, that is how we've been handling this 2022. And I just pray that God heals my mom, because like that is the greatest torture of all, like seeing your mom every time blaming herself, and every time regretting, like, why didn't I do this for him? Why didn't I do this for him? Maybe we'll still be alive. And you try to convince your mom that God knows everything, and my mom doesn't want to listen. So I'm sorry guys, I haven't been posting anything. So I hope you have a great day, and please subscribe to my channel. We are still road to 1000 subscribers by April. So hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, don't take life for granted. These drugs that we are taking, kindly, they are hurting you, and the family is the one that is left to suffer. So guys, yeah, that was it for this video. Please subscribe to my channel and have a wonderful day. Bye.